Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and attention coach, Jeff Copper. If you listen to my channel over a long period of time and listen to things that I do, I advocate problem solving. People are often looking for tips, tricks, and strategies, and I think that blinds them a little bit to just problem solving. I wanted to come in and talk about an example of what that looks like and the power of it. Recently, I was coaching an individual that was doing contract work, and they did two different kinds of contract work. One was such that there was a fixed amount that they needed to bill for, and the other one was they billed by the hour with three different projects, and they were struggling with it. And they came to coach and wanting, like, tip, trick, or strategy. And as we began to talk about it, I just like, well, let's look at this and let problem solve. For the contract where you get paid the same amount periodically, and apparently that amount varied. Like, let's hypothetically, I'm just making up, let's say it billed monthly. Well, for whatever reason, maybe it was seasonal billing, so it was higher at certain times of the year and lower in the other times of the year. And so I think the person was looking for like a strategy to sit down and do the invoice each time. And I said, well, let's think about this. What would it be like if you put all the invoices together for all the months and just had them all ready to go, where you just had to send them? The person was like, wow, that would be easy. My point here is that the person was looking for a tip, trick, or strategy in order to get them out each month, as opposed to stepping back and problem solving. If you think about it, where we solved that problem took probably less work and was a little bit more clever. The same individual, again, had contracts that they had to bill and another type of thing, and they had three different ones. And the idea is every month they had to allocate their time to this stuff and send it. And I said, well, there's a lot of thinking that's involved with regard to that. And ADHD is an executive function impairment, and thinking's impaired. So why don't we take the thinking out of it? What we designed was a piece of paper, was a grid. On the left side, in rows, were times in increments. I don't remember what they were, let's say 15-minute increments. And then you had columns, three columns across the top, representing each of the contracts. The idea was just to have this thing drawn up and printed out. And as you work on your day, you just check the box of the ones that you were working on. Let's say you were spent 15 minutes on errands, you wouldn't check the box, but all you do is just check the box saying I had spent that 15 minutes on that day. And then at the end of the month, you just go each column and you add up the total amount of time and you send it in. Again, all too often, I think people are looking at the tactical type things as opposed to backing up and going, how could I make this a little bit easier? You'll notice what we did is we took the thinking out of it. Can you imagine at the end of the week kind of reflecting back on your week, trying to remember what you did and how to allocate it? So this was very thinking friendly or executive functioning friendly. So the purpose of this video today was really to illustrate the difference between problem solving and maybe a strategy or tip. I think a lot of times if you just stop and say, what's the problem, and spend that effortful time to do that, you might find that you come up with some things that make life a lot easier. With that, if you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you're an existing viewer, please send us a comment. I love that. I try to learn from this. Also, we do what we do for you. If you're so inclined, we'd certainly appreciate a donation by hitting the thanks button to support what we do. With that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Attention Talk Video. Take care. Bye-bye.